we need to co-create. We need to have procurement co-create with the business new solutions, new innovations, new go-to-market strategies, in an ecosystem that allows them to give a competitive advantage. I still feel today procurement treats suppliers as vendors, as transactional, right? And I hate to say this, being a procurement practitioner, but if I can bypass the procurement process and do a tender, all right, and choose a supplier and say, hey, I've got a great relationship with the board member and they got a great idea, and I think they can solve a problem that I have, then I want to co-create with them, right? I want to bring them under NDA, that's fine, but I want to sit down and have a conversation versus your traditional, 3 bids and a buy. We need to do a sourcing process. And that's the hindering part, right? Not every single thing goes into this sourcing process. Sometimes they're just conversations. You see now we talk about procurement orchestration, right? There's a few parties in the marketplace. Which one is the right fit for any organization? Well, I just don't think nowadays you can do an RFP for a source to pay platform. You got Jaeger and Coupa and SAP. Yeah. And there you can run a very different process and bring vendors in and do demos and run a different sourcing process. But that's quite mature. Nowadays, you get these niche products where they're solving a problem. Is a tender really the right thing? Do you want to spend 3 to 6 months for a word RF? And so procurement hinders themselves. And so I think procurement's got to get out of this, dilemma of saying, yeah, but I got to do a tender because my policy says I got to get 3 suppliers, even though I know there's only one. I got to find 2 others and send them an RFP, and it becomes long, protracted, it wastes time, energy, money. And I think there needs to be an agile way of doing things, which I fundamentally believe is pure collaboration. Get a supplier, get multiple suppliers in a room with a customer and say, guys, how do we solve this problem? And I know you're competitors or not, but how do we solve this? How do we work together? And it's unlocking that. It's uncomfortable, right? And I think doing the uncomfortable is what's really needed in procurement. Too often we're just comfortable hiding behind a policy and, hey, it's the way we've always done things. And I just fundamentally disagree with that, and which is why I love driving change. We need to do things differently.